with the end of the Diabotical closed beta, Too Good talks about the future of the game and how they plan on going forward. For some people, this is at minimum 1 month of killing time. To others, they're going to be VOD reviewing religiously and spamming Quake Live and Quake Champions. However, one thing that Diabotical needs is more focus on team-based game modes. But why? In an era where casual gaming dominates the competitive scene, team-based modes are the one saving grace that combines the best of both worlds. Since around the start of 2010, gaming has had a major shift. No longer were the days of pub stomping and crushing the hopes of many dads who come home after a long day of work to casually game. If the 80s and 90s were the industrial revolution of gaming, then the 2000s and 10s were the Wild West. Back then, you could queue up with a stack of friends and just decimate others. Quake, COD, Halo, Battlefield, and many more games all shared that in common. But since the start of 2010, developers have focused on finding ways to close the skill gap between the good, the bad, and the casuals. This has always been a tough subject to debate from both sides. On one hand, the majority of players are made up of kids and adults who only have an hour of spare recreational time. The other side has many hours to hone their skill and push the limits of what the developers intended. There is a design philosophy in gaming that goes as such. Design for casual, balance for competitive. Obviously, it's impossible to fully please both sides of the coin, but developers used to try their best at that. So how does this all relate to Diabotical and it needing to be focused on team play? Well, arena shooters are already considered a niche, and Duel incorporates an ideology that you must accept in order to have success. You will always be bad. Even when you get better, you will still be bad. Only a few players can call themselves good at the game, and it's not something that is frequently said. In this way, Duel is a niche of a niche. It caters towards those who seek constant improvement and having that competitive itch scratched. Not to take away from team-based modes, because they focus on another important aspect of any thriving esport: team play. Team play is one of the most simple and complex layers ever. You have team synergy, team awareness, team composition, team plays, and so on. Team play on a casual level is much easier than Duel at a casual level, because you have others around you to help relieve some of that pressure. At a competitive level, the depth it adds is incredible. This is why people who casually watch esport majors for CS, Siege, Dota, League, etc. all have higher retention rates. Another major reason that a team play focus makes Diabotical more viable in the long run is due to the ability to play with friends. Games like Fortnite, Siege, Apex all have incredibly high player numbers, and this is because of the ability to queue with your friends. Imagine someone who has never dueled before played Duel with someone else who has never played Duel before. That would make for the most boring experience ever. Now imagine that same scenario, except they are queued together playing CTF or something. Things like this might seem small, but have a major impact on player retention. While Too Good and his team are hard at work fixing and improving Diabotical for open beta, it's important as a community to start thinking about the long term of the game. Most people want the game to live, and sure, that's what anyone would expect, but ultimately we can grow the game as well. For Diabotical to live, it almost requires that more time is spent making sure the game is enjoyable not only for vets of the genre, but also new players who are getting their feet wet. While some people might be disappointed that Duel won't have the stage to itself, it's important to remember that the good studio are playing the long game and taking steps and directions to gain a new audience, the casual player base. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And like always, if you agree or disagree, let me know down in the comments below. Content might slow down while Diabotical is away, but hopefully I have enough ideas to fill the void. Until next time, guys, peace.
1 minute remaining. Seconds remaining. Golden frag. Frag. Ace. Lead taken. Victory.